lived in Arizona a long time, and it seems to me that the legislature started out being mean-spirited when I was young and just gets meaner and meaner every year. Do you see, like, you've been in there a long time, do you see anything changing, or do you feel it's just sort of static in terms of its point of view and its sort of its vibe?
Right now is a very tough time to be in the legislature. As a result of a couple things, term limits, clean elections, and a strategic action on the part of some folks on the right, we've seen a shift in the makeup of the legislature over the past 8 years.
So it's getting meaner?
No, that's not what I meant. The shift is that many of the moderate Republicans who used to serve in the legislature, people like Sue Gerard, Deb Gollett, are largely gone. Right. There's really only 2 left, and one's turned out. So what we've seen instead is a concerted effort by a very small but really active group of people to elect some folks who are more ideological to the legislature. So I think what we see today is a group that's much more polarized than in the past. So you have individuals who are less interested, frankly, in passing laws or creating a budget that is about the short and long-term interests of Arizona, and instead a shift towards some folks who are more interested in perhaps making a mark or pushing maybe a more narrow agenda that fits with their ideology. So it's a difficult time to be in the legislature. I will not deny that. Do I think that can change? Yes.
What does it say about Arizona?
It says that we have bad districts. One of the big things that is, I think, unbalanced in Arizona is that we have very gerrymandered districts. So at the district level, the lines are drawn in a way to prevent competition, which is healthy and good for our state and our country. And so only a few districts in the state are actually competitive. Pat here lives in one of them. I do not. And so for those of us who live in districts that are not competitive, it's very difficult for people from opposite sides of the ideological spectrum to actually have a chance to win. Now, I think that will change. We'll have new districts in 2012, and I think that provides new opportunities for competitiveness to become a priority in the state. I don't think that the legislature is an accurate reflection of the beliefs and values of Arizona voters. And that is borne out by poll after poll after poll that shows what Arizonans want, and you can contrast that with what the legislature has done. So what needs to happen is we need a mechanism to allow those real values to be displayed at the Capitol. And some things will have to change logistically in order for that to happen. That being said, you can still get some stuff done in a legislature that is laden with ideology. Both Pat and I were able to pass some legislation this year, even in a really difficult climate, in the most polarized legislature ever. So there are always opportunities to build coalitions. Sometimes they may have to be smaller, they may have to be a little more limited, but you can always find that opportunity. I mean, I was just remarking before I started this evening that this year I teamed up again with Jonathan Payton. We passed a bill to protect more women and children from sex trafficking here in Arizona. Been working on that for 5 years. And we passed 3 laws to increase protections for animals. Not something the Arizona legislature used to be interested in doing. So we've actually made some progress even in a year as bad as this one. So there's my sliver of hope.